Share 73. Switching on in sobriety. For years, I would have a memory of a guy who got sober in New York. He was one of the youngest people ever to get sober back then. He got sober in his early 20s in the 60s. Lots of people were sober back then, but few of them were as young as this guy. I also knew his roommates from his early years in New York, all of whom have 40-plus years of sobriety, and they are only 60-something years old. He was always talking about paying bills, and he would say maybe he'd pay the little ones first and then save the big ones he didn't really want to pay for later. But it really didn't matter because he had to pay all the bills anyway all the time. So I got into the habit of paying bills pretty promptly. Back in Virginia, the mail would come in a Jeep. There was Judy, the mail woman, who would deliver the mail in her Jeep, and I always used to joke that I would pay the bills right there on the hood of the Jeep right when she arrived. My banker was named Bob, so when I got a bill, I would call Bob, or call Bob when I got a bill. It all has to do with AA, after all. Anyway, this same guy talked about the first thing he noticed when he got sober was that he was able to turn the lights on and off in the place where he lived. Prior to getting sober, he always had to rely upon daylight to illuminate the place he lived, nighttime to make it dark. But when he got sober, he could control the lighting inside of where he was.